Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. So, tonight we have an update on the case we started talking about last night. Um, we are going to get right into it. Let me just say hello to you guys really quick. I'm sorry I'm late. Y'all should have seen me running around here. At least I got some exercise. I could not find my headphones. And let me tell you, if there's ever a night I needed them, it was tonight because there are a lot of interviews that have taken place, pretty long ones, and I've skimmed through and listened to a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there, have not heard them all, and I think that's what we're going to do. So, before we get into it, let me just say last night we were talking about Rebecca Park. Rebecca Park is a 22-year-old woman who went missing in Michigan on November the 3rd. That's when she was last seen. She was reported missing on November the 4th, and she was found, her due date was the 18th of November, and she was found, I believe, on the 25th. So there were a couple arrests already right after she was found. Now, here's the thing. She was pregnant, and like I said, really close to her due date. The baby was not with her when she was found. A couple people have been arrested immediately after, the very day. Let me get the exact. She was found on the 25th. So just right after she was found, her sister was arrested and her fiance, and the fiance was arrested on meth charges. Both of them had extremely high bonds. The sister was arrested for interfering in an investigation. I don't remember the exact charges, but those sorts of charges. Now, last night we were here talking, and we saw and heard that there was a search going on at her biological mom's house, Courtney, Rebecca's mom. Well, it turns out that was very true, and she has been arrested as well as her husband, Bradley. Actually, this morning, there was a lot of rumors about it since last night. So this morning, I could not find the jail website. I searched the sheriff's website. I went to every tab and every different court tab, searching their names. Couldn't find anything. They haven't been arraigned. So that must be why. So I called the jail my damn self and asked, and they said, yes, ma'am, they're here and they'll be arraigned this afternoon. That didn't happen. We'll get into that in a second, but just that's what we're going to get into. We're going to listen to the interviews. I think it'll be really interesting. We might be here for a little while. It might take a couple of days. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it over the next couple of days. Since tomorrow is going to be the arraignment, we might have some more information. I don't know. That's kind of up in the air, but that's where we're at. So, hey, Tess. Hey, Jay. Good to see you. Coffee. Good to see you. Neat. Everybody, thank you for being here. Hey, Kelly. I meant to say hello a minute ago, but once I start going, especially when I'm trying to remember all the facts of something, I can't. I have to be one track mind. Seven, good to see you. Tony. So, Elle, good to see you as well. Let's see. Who else do I need to say hello to? Sarah, Brandy, Nicole B. Oh, Lady fucking T, thank you. That was freaking sweet. Thank you, Lady fucking T, and good to see you. Okay, so let me read you these two articles, and then we're going to get into the interviews. Because here's the thing. This TikToker has interviewed Courtney a couple times, Kimberly, and I didn't even realize it when I was going through her videos earlier. I just saw it just now, pulling it back up. And the fiance, his name always escapes me, but that's fine. He's not worth it's all right. He deserves it. But anyway, hey, Carrie. All right, so here we go. Let me just read to you guys these couple articles, and then we'll get into it. There's some quick video footage. They weren't arraigned today. We'll hear about it in the article. So let me just not even try to tell you. So, police, 2 suspects arrested in connection with Rebecca Park's death. Key points. 2 people were arrested in connection with the death of Rebecca Park, a pregnant woman found in a Michigan forest. An autopsy confirmed Park's identity, but her baby, due around the time of her disappearance, was not with her body. Park's sister and fiance were previously charged with crimes including tampering with evidence and false reporting. Authorities are still actively searching for the missing newborn baby. Authorities said 2 suspects were arrested Sunday night in connection with her disappearance. The Free Press is not going to name the pair because they have not been charged. The suspects were initially expected to be arraigned on charges today, but the criminal complaints weren't ready, authorities said. They are now expected to be arraigned Tuesday. Now, this article or the next one will have a quote from the prosecutor. It's interesting because they don't publish, I guess this is the way it is in Michigan, or because there's someone in the area I've talked to a little bit, a friend who just happens to live close, and she was saying the charges won't be out until the arraignment. And that's just how they do it there. So let me continue. Listen to this, though. Outside the courtroom, a group of community members who came for the hearing talked amongst themselves, many expressing disappointment for the delay. An autopsy confirmed the body found in the forest is Rebecca Park, who was approximately 38 weeks pregnant when she was reported missing. Now, this is a direct quote from the autopsy about the baby. The baby, quote, was not present, unquote, with Park when her body was found. I thought the choice of words was kind of interesting. So, authorities hadn't given an update on the search for her baby as of today, this afternoon. Law enforcement agencies are working diligently to determine the condition and potential whereabouts of the baby, according to a press release a couple days ago. Now, dozens of community members came to the court looking forward to charges being filed in the young woman's killing. Like this one particular community member who saw the missing persons flyer at her church on November 23rd and protested in front of a home where Park was last seen for about 12 hours. Blousey knew to Park's family. She told the Free Press, Rebecca was the sweetest one in the family. She wanted this baby. She was going to do very well with this baby. Their story deserves to be heard, said those the Free Press spoke to in court. We need her voice to be loud because before she was found, we were her voice, said Kat Childs. And now we're her baby's voice, and her baby's still missing. Authorities charged 2 other individuals tied to Park last week, her sister and fiance. Now, Kimberly, these are her exact charges: tampering with evidence in a criminal case, lying to a peace officer in violation of a crime investigation, and false report of a felony. Her bond is very high, $750,000 cash bond. Now, she is one of the people that interviewed with this YouTuber we're about to go check out in a moment. And with the local news, and we watched that last night if you missed it. So detectives say Park lied to authorities, telling them 2 family members struck Rebecca Park in the head, causing a seizure, and then took her body away, according to the felony complaint. Wait, how did I not? I don't guess this sunk in earlier when I grabbed this article, and I read it multiple times. I had to go back and pay for it. Detectives say Park lied to authorities, telling them 2 family members struck Rebecca in the head, causing a seizure, and then took her body away. Oh my God. You guys, I don't know how that went past me. Wow. But something like the quote about the baby just like stuck. And that is very interesting. Hey guys, I wish people would take into consideration that releasing all info compromises the same investigation they are begging to be hurried. I know it's hard, but they're doing their best. I agree. And also, like I don't think many people have a lot of information to release, to be honest, but besides the people who are already locked up. But I do agree with you, generally. And the misinformation in this case is so bad. When I started researching it, I told y'all yesterday, I saw multiple, getting tongue twisted, multiple articles regarding the misinformation. Can I say it one more time? Yes, I can, Coffee. So apparently, detectives, the local news must have got her criminal complaint. Remember yesterday we were talking about the meth charges don't seem to be related, but Kimberly lying to police that surely, it sounds like it could be related. And I was like, we have to see the probable cause affidavit. Well, detectives say Park lied to authorities, telling them 2 family members struck Rebecca in the head. This is a quote, in the head, causing a seizure, and then took her body away. Unquote. That is what Kimberly told police. Now, Richard Fowler, fiance, was charged with 3 counts for controlled substance, delivery, and manufacturing of methamphetamine, and habitual offender, 4th offense notice. His bond is at $1 million cash. So almost a total of $2 million for both of their bonds. Wow. The FBI, Michigan State Police, the Sheriff's Office, Cadillac Police Department, and other agencies are collaborating on the case. Park, whose friend told the Free Press she was a loving mother of 2 young boys and pet cats, was last seen alive in the Cadillac Boone Township area, according to November 4th sheriff's post about her disappearance. The community still has hope, and if the baby is found alive, God's got something special for that baby, the community member said. Now, we talked about yesterday that she allegedly had kids prior to this that she doesn't have custody of. I don't know the details of that. So the friend made that comment. I'm not going to get into that. But let's look here. This is a short article. But the whole reason I wanted to pull this one up is because you can see mom here at her, what would have been her arraignment. Dog. What do you mean, dog? Yes, it is, Natasha, for sure. And I'm just happy to see you. I'm glad you're here. Let me see what you guys have to say. Grandma Sherry. Okay. Hey, bratty little me. All right, so let's take a look at this. What is it? Is he rumored to be involved, Jay, or what am I missing? Now, take a nice look at old mom here, because we're about to listen to her voice for quite a long time. And like I said, I haven't listened to all of these. You know, this case, I've barely seen anyone cover it here. Amber talked about it the other night, and Chasing did a great video yesterday. Let me drop those links again, just so you guys can check these out. But otherwise, I hadn't really seen it here on YouTube. But, well, today I saw Down the Rabbit Hole News. But on TikTok, it has blown up. You know, there are lots of community members out filming their search, filming going to Courtney's house, doing interviews. Like, it has just, you cannot take in all of the information that is out there. That's why yesterday I grabbed like the interviews with the news, basic details, and try to put it all together. And today we'll listen through together. You know, I kind of stick with this. If it is the parent of a missing person or child or a family member, I'm not going to like review and judge every word they say, because people are going through grief and trauma, right, in those moments, and they may not say what they're supposed to or what you think they're supposed to or whatever. But here's when all bets are off. Once they've been arrested and charged with some sort of crime surrounding the missing person, when they're involved, all bets are off. Then I'm judging you. Okay, and I don't feel bad about it. This is where I'm at with it.
Papa, am I your favorite grandkid?
Truth is, switching from
okay.
direct to
New developments tonight in the investigation into the death of 22-year-old Rebecca Park.
That's what we're
2
gonna
more
do, though.
family member investigators say are linked
Rhonda.
to the case, and they were in court today.
That's right. This afternoon, Rebecca Park's biological mother and her stepfather went before a judge, Courtney and Brad Bartholomew, both arrested and booked over the weekend.
Up North Live's Tony Lundy joins us.
Does
from the
she
Washington
breast
County
cancer
Courthouse
driver?
with the latest on what happened this afternoon. Tony.
All right, let's hear this. To be fair, I have not listened to this. I only grabbed the article. I saw that it was quite short. I looked through it, and then I'll show you actually, we went through it already, the full thing. And then I just thought I'm going to save it and show you for the pictures and video of the
brief,
arraignment.
But significant, as prosecutors told the judge that they still don't have key documents ready to move forward with charges against the Bartholomews. An autopsy confirmed Rebecca Park's identity, and investigators say the baby she was days away from delivering was not with her when she was found in the Manistee National Forest. Sheriff Trent Taylor acknowledged that details remain extremely limited, urging patience as investigators work through the evidence. The night Rebecca's body was
Andy,
discovered,
good to
her
see
fiancé,
you.
Richard Lee Failer, was arrested. Following that, the arrest of her sister, Kimberly Park.
My God.
And this week, 2 new arrests. Rebecca's biological mother, Courtney Bartholomew.
Look at her there. Oh my God. Think about this. Her sister, her fiance, her mother, her stepfather, because they're married, all arrested in her murder for something. Like, we don't know the exact charges of each particular person. And this is why I wrote it on the thumbnail, because I just can't help but thinking like this over and over again. This is the ultimate betrayal. This is betrayal from all ends. Not only your sibling, right, who you've been with through adoption and everything, but your biological mother, the woman who gave birth to you, you lived in her womb, and your fiance, who his own baby was now in your womb. What the fuck? This is seriously messed up, and I just can't get over that. It's betrayal from all ends. Young, 22 years old to me, that's a kid. Okay. I like to think sometimes I'm still like 18 or whatever. I feel 18 sometimes, right? But at the end of the day, I'm 36 years old. 22 years old is a kid. That's like a baby to me. No, they're legally an adult. Sure, their brain isn't developed fully. And I know when I was 22, I was a damn heathen. I was wild as all hell. You guys would not recognize me at all. I'm very thankful for my life today, but yeah, she's a kid and she's been betrayed by every person around her. And yes, I do understand again that she's technically an adult, but in my eyes, that's just the way I see it. Look at her mom too here. Why the hell you crossing your arms like you just above this, or who the hell are you? You realize what's going on here now. You're busted, lady. All your stories. We'll get into her interview. I heard some and I'm already ugh. So did they all see this baby as money? Like, how many people look at us pregnant women and think that? I know, Amber. It's crazy. It's actually very sad, but let me just double check something. What is the leading cause of death of pregnant women? Let me check. Of death in pregnant women. Homicide is the leading cause of death. I thought so, but I wanted to double check. In the United States, homicide is the leading cause of death for pregnant women. Here is Harvard, an article from Harvard. Homicide, leading cause of death for pregnant women in the United States. This is from 2022. Women in the U.S. who are pregnant or who have recently given birth are more likely to be murdered than die from OB causes. These homicides are linked to a deadly mix of intimate partner violence and firearms, according to researchers from Harvard. Homicide deaths among pregnant women are more prevalent than deaths from hypertensive disorders, hemorrhage, or sepsis. More prevalent than hypertensive disorders, hemorrhage, or sepsis. One second. Okay, sorry. That is just really scary. And I don't know, to answer your question, Amber, how many people look at pregnant women as something like that, but a lot do. Okay, I lost connection to screen share audio, so I have to stop and actually saw the alert that time. Y'all didn't have to tell me it's muted.
Bartholomew and her stepfather, Brad Bartholomew. But at their scheduled arraignments Monday afternoon, a request for a delay.
You're right. All the SOs around her.
Like Ms. Bartholomew, so we'll go ahead and set it for arraignment tomorrow. The court, in the meantime, will hold Mr. Bartholomew without bond, and you find that he is both a threat and a flight risk based on what I've read in.
I can't even understand that. But again, it didn't happen today. We'll find out tomorrow. I know we won't get through all these interviews, so We'll definitely, at the very least, come back tomorrow, talk about the arraignment, try to finish some of the interviews, and then we'll probably just wait for more updates at that point. But let's go back to here. Okay, so Carrie says the mother said the sister was on the black web many days after she went missing. Are they just like telling all kinds of rumors and lies on each other? It's weird. I really hope the baby is okay too, Natasha, but I don't know, I'm sure, hell, I had my youngest at 32 weeks, literally a month and a half sooner than this. So I know a baby is fully capable of thriving, just being born a couple weeks early. But you have to think now, all the adults there are gone. The only person that wasn't arrested was the 14-year-old who was taken out last night when they were detained. Where would the baby be? And if they sold him or something, my God, how hard is it going to be to find him? I mean, you know what newborns look like. They all look the same. They don't even look like themselves for years, or not years, months, like maybe 6 months before they really get their own look. She's been on multiple lives telling all kinds of stuff, and the sister as well. Who knows what's true? Well, let's get right into it because we are about to start listening to one of her interviews. Sarah says, I see the arm crossing as more of a vulnerability response. She seems a little hunched over. In my opinion, she's protecting her squishy areas. Oh, really? I kind of saw it as, I can see that. And I've heard body language experts talk about that, like covering up those areas. But when somebody like crosses their arms when they're like indignant, or they're just like with an attitude in a way, like I feel like I could just see her like looking out the door and rolling her eyes and being like, Jesus, get it over with. What? I don't know. Just the look on her face. Maybe I'm totally off, and maybe it is being vulnerable. But okay, so let's come over here. Now, this is a channel called Steph's Case Files. I will be sharing the link. I'll have it in the description when the live's over, to each thing that we get to, because there's a couple different things. Let me just open up her channel and show y'all 1 second. She has done a lot of interviews and stuff. And, well, let's see. Oh, wow. She covered Bullhorn Betty being arrested. Check that out. Bullhorn Betty being arrested. And when a link drops in the chat, it's going to be her link. But as you see here, let's go to her. I think they're under videos, because if they're TikTok lives, it'd be an upload. Wow, she was on News Nation. That's pretty cool. All right, so we have pregnant and missing, a live interview with her fiance. I didn't realize that until today, so that might be something to check out too. Then we have Bio Mom's live interview part 1, part 2. Then we have live confession, the sister of missing Rebecca Park, and I listened to a bit of that, but oh gosh, no. Hold on. I don't want to get
She said it to my face.
So she's
So
at
you're
your
there
house.
with her?
No, I'm
Oh, listen to
Show
what
us
she said her mom says to her. Hold on.
the text, Kimberly.
she said it to my
Listen to this. So this is just a quick clip, and we'll get into Mom's interview. We might come to this later. This is Kimberly claiming something her mom said to her regarding Rebecca's disappearance.
Courtney told me if I say absolutely anything, me and my daughter are both going down for it.
Courtney told me if I say absolutely anything, me and my daughter are both going down for it. Okay, here's the channel. I'm just going to put a star or a couple explanation points and then a link. This is where you can find all these videos to look at yourself. So we're definitely not going to be able to go through all of it. And yeah, and let's hear that one more time.
Courtney told me if I say absolutely anything, me and my daughter are both going down for it.
Now, she is pressed. Where did she say it? Show us. Really? If she said it, then prove it. Don't just say it. And she's like, no. She said it to me in person. Okay. So there's no proof of that. But let's go over to, that's actually where I stopped skipping around and listening. So we're going to come over to part 1 of Mom's interview and start right at the beginning. I actually listened to parts of part 2 first, and so much of this I have not heard. But if you want a reminder of who we're listening to, it's this lady right here, Courtney Bartholomew, biological mother of Rebecca Park and Kimberly Park, wife of Bradley Bartholomew, and current suspect in the case. So I think we can pretty clearly say that now. We're just going to go and we'll talk along the way. Let me click on this. Of course, we're going to listen using fair use. And let me just make sure you can see the subtitles really good. So just 1 second. Font color, we're going to do green. Okay.
Now,
Okay.
it's just me and you.
The mouths are off a little bit at
In
times.
your heart of hearts, do you think your daughter could have been mixed up in the big C group? I can't say the word. They can probably type it for me, but maybe you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, Grandma Sherry. So Rebecca's fiance is allegedly Mom's ex-boyfriend, right? But her current husband is Bradley Bartholomew. The fiance, Rich, I believe his name is, but you know what? I keep forgetting it. I can tell you the dates off the top of my head of all these events, everybody else's full name or first and last, but his first name escapes me over and over again.
I don't know, honestly.
But let's hear that again. What did she say here?
In your heart of hearts, do you think your daughter could have been mixed up in the big C group? I can't say the word. They can probably type it for me, but maybe you.
Big C group. Does anybody know what that is? Rich, thank you. Thank you, breast cancer thriver. Yeah, almost everyone has a criminal. Oh, okay, Natasha, thank you. Criminal background. That could be it for sure. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know, honestly.
Are you in
Heard
fear
this, let
for
me
your
know.
life?
We have had people stalking my house. My son's truck has been vandalized. It's just getting out of control.
We'll watch her News
Now
Nation interview.
that things
If
are
they
kind
can
of
come up with it.
crazy, will you go get SD cards for your cameras? Because we don't want something to happen to y'all and then we wouldn't know what happened. Do you think it's important to go make sure that your cameras are working now?
So allegedly,
As soon as I get the money, and I have the most deadliest dog in the world. I have a cane corso. I'm not really worried about somebody trying to come in my house. And the cop told me today, if my dog kills them because they broke into my house, so be it. I'm not really worried about it.
We have 203,000 likes, 930 souls in this room. If you are in this room, please follow me. That is free to do. The comments are going really, really fast, so I'm trying to look and see if you all have any particular questions. Here's a question that I have seen several people bring up. If there was $18,000, and you and I spoke about this yesterday, about the check, and we've established where the picture of the check come from and why, but there.
Where's that at? Because I didn't. It's not on her channel. But let me tell you guys, in case you don't know, here's another little detail. Rebecca, you know, before she was found, of course, they were checking her cards and stuff like, why hasn't she spent any money? Well, her mom told police that she had just gotten $2,000 inheritance the day she disappeared, cash. And that could be a reason why she doesn't need her cards and stuff. So I thought that was kind of a convenient statement there, but maybe I'm judging a little too much. But like I told y'all, all bets are off once you've been arrested for being involved in the crime. Like, then we judging what you got to say, okay?
$16,000 left in that account. Would you stake that for the return, for the
I don't know,
reward money
Grandma
for the
Carrie.
return of
I
your
don't know
daughter?
where that interview is.
I'd rather hand it over to my daughter.
Do you think that rewards or
Yes,
offering a
Pink Noodle.
reward will help in this case?
There's already a reward, but my daughter could use the money a lot more. When she comes back, she's going to need money. She's going to need to be able to get a place for her and the baby so that she can keep the baby, and she's going to need things. That's going to go to her. I don't care who likes it or not, but that's going to go to her.
Has she been taking up money? God, there's so much information. I don't know how you find it all. And I just checked, by the way, this creator was on News Nation regarding a different case, missing mom Katie Ferguson, but I don't see another interview with these folks, so I'm kind of like, where is that? Okay, let's keep going.
When you took her to the hospital when she was having what I would consider Braxton Hicks, and you said that you
Now, here's another element, and I really didn't realize this too much. Uh-oh. Oh my God, I started playing a video on accident on another window. So one of the friends that spoke to local news, and if I'm not mistaken, we played part of her interview last night. She said that Rebecca went into labor and that her mom and sister came to get her to take her to the hospital. I will find that video for you guys. So let's keep listening, but just so you know, that is one of the things. Actually, let me just search it real quick so y'all can see before we listen any further, because I don't know what this is going to spin into. Rebecca Park. It was a short. Here we go.
Mom, Courtney, and she said, "Don't let her."
This is her friend she was with that night. Okay.
Call was her mom, Courtney, and she said, "Don't let her get into a vehicle. I'm on my way." She helped me, and it ended up sending her into labor and going to Cadillac Hospital. She got into a van with Kimmy and Courtney and left. I haven't heard from her since.
Carrie, thank you so much. If there's something else, I will definitely get you to do that because that would be helpful. Okay, so there we go. Allegedly, she at least thought she was going into labor. She probably knows what labor feels like. So now, back to the interview. About Braxton.
When you took her to the hospital when she was having what I would consider Braxton Hicks, and you said that you had forgotten your wheelchair. When you got to the hospital and you called Brad to bring the wheelchair to you, do you think that it would have been easier just to ask to borrow a wheelchair from the hospital?
No, because I have cellulite on my butt, and that would have made it very uncomfortable for me. I have a very thick padding on my wheelchair.
Because you have cellulite on your butt? The fuck? I can't help but wonder. So she goes into what she thinks she's going into labor or goes into labor, and then mom and sister come and get her and she's never seen again, and now they're arrested. What was their plan? What the hell happened here, and where is this baby?
So that doesn't happen, and I can kind of avoid it happening.
Right. Correct. They're not real contractions, Sarah. I know that. Yes.
I'm trying to read so fast. I'm so sorry, guys.
Thank you, Carrie.
Courtney, here's a question from somebody in the comments. Are you documenting
Yes.
everything that is happening
Only
to
one
you
leg.
as in vandalism for the police?
They know. They've been here. I've called them.
And Courtney, people are judgmental. I will hand that.
True.
And sometimes they may take things out of context or out of the way. What
Oh, I
is
thought
one
it was
thing that
mom
is
who only had
really
that
out
right.
there in here that people have said that you would like to set straight?
People are going to say what they're going to say no matter what you say. You can tell them the timeline. Everybody's, oh, I want the timeline. I have said the same thing from the get-go. I want my daughter found. I'm tired of hearing that, oh, well, she's not doing anything. Okay, I can't do anything, but you know what? I can answer a phone and I can message people and message the detective and all that. So I'm doing my part. And I just asked the lady today for a search party that did the search party. I just asked her today because I've got word that a place needs to be searched, but it has to be hush hush because we have new information and I can't say what that is.
Oh God. Okay. Just something else to keep in mind if you guys missed last night, or even if you didn't, as a refresher. Rebecca was found, kind of in behind her mom's house. The area had already previously been searched. And we did hear the sheriff verify that. He did a very brief, I wouldn't call it a press conference, just 5-minute chat with the news that basically said, yes, we found her. He didn't even comment on the baby, if I'm not mistaken. He really wouldn't answer anything else. Okay. But besides that, she had been found. And when the news pressed, this area had been searched before, right? And he's like, yes, I do believe so. So something to keep in mind.
And who gave you this new information? The detective?
Do you, Tasha?
It came from my daughter.
So why do you think she was arrested? What about
Kimberly.
her being arrested and being
One of the things that I keep seeing in the comments, so I'm just trying to clear this up for the folks in here. You say that you have to save up the money or get the money for the SD cards for the cameras, but you're also at the same time stated yesterday that
I'm
you
not
are getting
saving
IVF.
any money.
I'm sorry?
Spending $35 a month in fertility pills is nothing. And I'm not taking any money away from my children. People need to realize that. That all goes to my children.
I mean, I don't have a care about that, so we'll just keep going. Carrie says yes, but I think everyone has been lying and covering their asses, so I don't know what's true anymore. Law enforcement is tight-lipped, absolutely, and that's just what we have to believe. Unless we hear it from police or the courts, we can listen to what they have to say. Sure, we can watch the news, watch the interviews, but there's just so much bullshit out there. This is her biological mom, Nunya, Courtney. And I don't know about that either. And honestly, yeah.
I'm reading for more questions, folks. Let's see here. If she got searched with the paper they have.
Hey, Boo Sheet.
Did they show you a search warrant when they come to the house today?
No, I let them search. I voluntarily let them search. That I've done since this has started. It's all been voluntary. They know they don't need a warrant to search whatever, whenever they want.
Wonder how many times the house has been searched, because we did see them there last night with the dogs and removing stuff into those bags. And Mary says, why can't I see chat? Mary, I don't know. It's kind of crazy that you were able to comment if you can't see it. So I don't know. Grandma Sherry, I haven't heard that, to be honest. I don't know. But again, there's so much. After the sister and fiance were arrested, Courtney was asked on a panel, what do you think they'll be charged with? She said homicide. And then we just heard the sister saying mom threatened her. They've all been charged. Besides the fiance, they've all been charged in this case. Tomorrow, we will find out what Courtney's been charged with. We know her sister, Kimberly, has been charged with, I can't believe, what we heard earlier, not just lying to police, but, telling police that somebody knocked her in the head and she had a seizure and was drug away. That is what Kimberly told police. Detectives have now told the news that. That's why she's charged. Well, they didn't tell the news. The news got the criminal complaint. So they were able to see, because law enforcement, when they go to charge somebody, they have to fill out their paper to give to the judge, and they have to say, we think this person should be charged with this because of this. And they'll write down, a paragraph or however much it takes to explain their part in the case, what evidence, they've seen, what's happened, whatever. So in that, and sometimes they'll keep it more brief. If they want to keep certain things back and from the public, they might just put half the information, right? You're not going to have all of it necessarily, but that for Kimberly, the sister, is what the news got a hold of, and that's how they know that she told detectives that she was hit. And she had a seizure and was taken away. So
we have 984 souls in this room right now. If you are in here, please give me a follow. It's
hey,
free.
hoodies, I don't have 2 lives going. I am not doing that. I've already been hit by like a bot for reused content back when all that when a bunch of channels were getting hit, and I would be very careful if I was a YouTuber to stream to my channel twice with the exact same content. I would be very careful. Just because StreamYard offers it as a possibility doesn't mean that it aligns with YouTube's rules and guidelines. But good to see you and thank you. But yeah, definitely wouldn't do that.
A little bit, which I recognize as somebody that knows y'all. She was on my panel at one time. Says, why was it stated that the cameras are facing the road and catching everything? I think that is that the cameras are facing the road, but it's just a simple live view. It's not recorded.
It is a live view. It is not recorded.
Kind of slow.
And I'm going to set everybody straight. I have never had a hysterectomy. I can have kids. Thank you very much.
Okay. See what, why is that? This is okay.
Do you have you ever had any plans to move to Texas?
Yes, because I can't take the cold anymore. It's getting to me really bad. With being an amputee,
maybe hoodies in
you
a
have no
crowbar.
idea how bad the cold gets to me.
I'm so sorry to keep pausing, but just want to say to Mary, in case you are on Top Chat, if you go to the top right corner of where you put your comment, there's a couple bars or dots. Click that and make sure you're on all messages. But I don't know if that's not the issue. What's going on? Maybe it's a lag or a YouTube issue.
What time frame did you plan on moving to Texas?
We were already supposed to be moving, but we didn't go because we had things that we had to do here.
Yes, Bushy. I'll read it to you again.
The IVF, people are having trouble. Now I'm 48 years old, and I have to tell you, I have a son that's 27 and a daughter that's 23. And though I love children and I loved raising my kids and I love watching their adult lives, I have a grandbaby. You couldn't pay me $1 million to start all over right now with the child because I'm just wore out, just flat out wore out. Now, but some people do. I'm not saying I'm not being biased to an age at all, but it does seem very oddly that at the same time, I'm trying to put this to you so that you understand why people are so on edge here. At the same time that your daughter is due to give birth, you claim that this post that came from the Book of Faces about a newborn being in the NICU is false. So in other words, somebody would have had to make a fake account to send that message to look like it was from you. So take that into consideration, okay? And then you've got plans to move to Texas at the same time. And you've got you taking IVF treatments. And so that's why the public has this notion that somehow you.
So there's that Facebook post mentioned, Grandma Sherry, that you mentioned earlier. And Wow. Okay.
You had plans to steal this baby and run off to Texas. What is your response to that?
That is about the lowest thing I've ever heard. And my son, he's 14. He's always wanted a sibling. Always wanted a sibling. And I have put off having a baby. Well, I'm getting an age where if I'm going to have one, I'm going to have one. If not, then I'm not going to. I'm at that point right now. So having a baby is for my 14-year-old. He wants a sibling. He's been wanting one. And if I can do that before I get to that age, then we're going to try. And my husband.
Oh my, I just don't have a great feeling about this. Okay, remember, she has been charged with something in relation to her disappearance and death. Now, here is what the criminal complaint said. I had pulled it up on my phone because remember, I had to pay to read it multiple times. So I can't pull it back up here. So detectives say Kimberly Park lied to authorities, telling them 2 family members struck Rebecca, quote, in the head, causing a seizure, and then took her body away, unquote, according to the felony complaint filed in Cadillac's district court.
Wants one between us.
That's what her sister told police.
How? And then we're just gathering information. How many children do you have, Rebecca, and then the 14-year-old? Do you have any others?
I have my oldest son, which is 25. I have Rebecca, which is 22. I have Kimberly, that is 21. I have Bentley, that is 20. That is 14. Might as well keep going on with the 20s. Bentley is my baby.
He used to date her.
Your son may want a baby, but do you obviously, or do you have the energy to try to do this all over again? Because I'm wore out. I couldn't do it. My bones hurt too much.
I'm
She
not
is
that
just
old.
48.
I'm going to say that. So having a baby is nothing. I've had my daughter's daughter. I had her from 5 weeks to 12 weeks. I was helping my daughter raise her daughter. So
if your oldest is 22, wait, did she say she had one at 25? If you have that child at 16, you could be 41.
I took care of my grandbaby every day, all day, every night, all night. I did it. So that's nothing. Yeah, my son might have to go chase a sibling, but hey, whatever. It's a family thing that we would put all together.
Mm-hmm. Can you address the rumors about the home that you live in belonging to someone else and that you're not supposed to be there? Is this true or false?
That is so false. And that's none of anybody's business. That is my private life. So they need to just get off it. I mean, that goes between me, my husband. That is nobody else's business.
There's quite a few of these little things that you've talked about that are probably nobody's business. Like Carrie said that she posted a prescription for Clomid on her TikTok and then asked, what is that for? It's a fertility drug to help ovulate. It can also be used for polycystic ovarian syndrome. Do you have her TikTok? If you do, will you send it to me? Thank you guys for letting me know. I did not know what that was.
Do you know of any places where your daughter would have stayed where there is not electricity? As of recent, like the day. So here, I guess where my question is on the Snapchat that she sent, which I'm sure you've read. She says that she is cleaning up a room with a flashlight. And I just thought, why? And they don't have any lights?
Because at night, Rich shuts off the lights at his dad's house. So she's got to tiptoe around to clean if she wants to clean. Rich ain't getting off his ass to clean. Trust me. He is not going to help her with anything. He's lazy. He's a drug addict. My daughter would have had to do it all. And then on top of it, him beating her. Come on.
Wow. I mean, mom. Which remember, she's her biological mom. She's only been back in her life, I think, 4 years. So when I say mom, I am well aware she has a mom. And her mom is devastated. But you're putting out quite a lot of information, and this lady happened to interview him, so I think we need to check that out too. I don't mean we got to watch every second of all of it, but there's a lot here. We've only listened to 13 minutes, and I know around like maybe close to 20 minutes there was something else I wanted you guys to hear from when I was kind of skipping around, so we're just going to listen.
There have been rumors that folks have seen you hanging around town with Rich. Is this true or false?
Hey, Rando.
I sit at home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't leave my house. I am waiting for my daughter to come back. I'm not going anywhere. And if I do, it's really, really short, and I am right back here. And I'm with my husband, or it's my husband, my daughter, and my son. Or me and my husband and my daughter, or it's vice versa. It depends. I've only left maybe twice since my daughter's been missing. Rich is running around with his baby mama, Ashley. And he's running around with Paige. And he's running around with Mr. Mercer. And he's running around with this person. He's not sitting home waiting for her to come back. And I wonder why.
There is a
with
lot
the information that I have, I know why he's not.
She does sound pretty angry.
So you have information that Rich, I'm going to say, may or may not be involved, but there are some new information in regards to that.
I can't say that. That's not what I said. He's a drug addict. He's going to be running out looking for drugs. Plain and simple.
Right. And I'm just trying to get the facts
now that they've all been arrested.
You know, so because when you speak about what is true or not true, and dispel that, then the community can take that, and maybe some things might calm down in that sense. We have 237,000 likes, 1,000 souls in this room. If you are in this room, please give me a follow. It's free to do. Today's live goal is 20 Corgi Corgs. We have 6 of the 20. It goes to support the platform and what we do here, which right now is giving a voice to the voiceless, who is Rebecca. Her mother, her biological mother, Courtney, is joining me on the panel tonight, or today rather. We've been spending so much time on this. I don't know. I don't even have my curtains open. I'm not even looked outside today, but I appreciate you coming up here. And I don't know how much time you have, but I would really love, now that it's just me and you, to start at the beginning, to tell everyone in here, and you may have to go through this timeline over and over. I spoke to News Nation on the phone. They have your story. They want your phone number. Are you interested?
All right, we're about to listen to her from here, but I just got to say, Coffee said I should get off of here. I'm in a sassy mood. And I have to say, do you realize whose channel you're on? We welcome the sass here, honey. You bring it, okay? Especially when it's towards people who have been arrested for crimes like this. I mean, like I said, this is the ultimate betrayal. I'm sorry, but you got to be straight up pretty fucking evil to be any player in this. I'm sorry if you didn't go immediately to police. You know, if you happen to hear or see something and you're playing a part in this in whatever way, you deserve whatever backlash or heat comes to you from it, in my opinion.
Would you be interested to speaking to News Nation about the disappearance of your daughter?
The detective has told us not to comment on Facebook, not to be going on these shows, just to let everybody think what they're going to think and just leave it alone, because everybody is not listening. No matter how many times you tell them, everybody's got their own opinion, and they are just, it's getting crazy. It's getting out of hand. So me and my daughter, my son, my husband, and a few other people have taken ourselves from social media. We're not commenting on anything. We're not really answering questions, because the detective says it's just more fuel. The more we give them, the more they fuel.
But this is a national news platform who would be able to get the word out there that your daughter is missing, which would be huge. Think of Nancy Grace. I'm going to. I know a producer over there. I'm going to email today. And so it wouldn't be so much as the rumors, but focused on what happened that day and where your daughter could be. When you look at it in the sense of reach and the number of eyes that would see the picture of your daughter and know that she's missing, wouldn't it be worth it?
Good question.
It'd be worth it, but we've been advised not to do it.
Will you start over with me that day? Can we start at the beginning and talk through this if you have time? because I want to understand, and I have been in the comments and I've been on a panel where there's a lot of people. So information has went, probably got changed or miscommunicated. So I want to hear from you directly one-on-one. That day, November the 3rd, 2025, you said you went over to Rich's house to pick Courtney up. I'm not Courtney, but pick Rebecca up. Do I have this correct so far?
Yes, between 6:30 and 7.
And the reason you went over there is to bring her back to your home to give her this $2,000. Is that correct?
That and Tide Pods.
Tide Pods. Remember the $2,000 I told you guys about? It's inheritance her grandmother left her, according to Courtney, that Courtney just gave her the day she went missing, which is a good reason why she hasn't used any of her bank cards. Now, this is before she was found, of course, but
Tide Pods.
Which I still have the bag. I actually pulled them out of my truck. They're sitting on my coffee table, actually.
Can we just be honest with each other and clear this part up? Are you meaning literal Tide Pods, or is that slang for something else? I'll take your answer. Moving on.
Literally, Tide Pods. Laundry soap.
No, it really is literally Tide Pods. See, some people are saying it's slang and some people are saying it's literally to wash some clothes.
Okay. Hey, Adele.
I have not done drugs in 10 years.
I need more details.
Tide Pods are literally to wash clothes.
Okay.
That's what I figured they would be. I mean.
Okay. So we're going to clear that up, that it was actually laundry, because I go into shows and I see some people say it was laundry detergent and some people say it was street pharmaceuticals. So I just wanted to clear that up. So she came over, and did you hand the money in her in hundreds, 20s, fives, a mix, or how was the cash distributed to her?
It was in hundreds.
And she did not take her, this is according to Rich.
So what would that be? $2,100 bills?
Just testimony. He says that she did not take her purse with her or her wallet, which contains her ID or any of that stuff. Is this true or false?
She didn't have a bag. She didn't have anything with her. It was just her.
So where did she put $2,000 worth of 100s? In her pocket?
In her pocket.
Clue, Kelly.
Her pants pocket. Because they had pockets on the sweatpants that she was wearing.
I just want to pause for a second. So I agree with this, but I just want to expand on it a little bit. The Frilly Farmhouse says it's a shame she didn't just stay away from Courtney and stay with her adopted mom. And I totally agree with that. But I can imagine you would yearn for that connection. And as a kid, and she's still a kid to me, I mean, you would want your mom to care about you and to love you and to be interested in your life and want to know what you're up to. And I'm sure as a kid that if you had a parent who wasn't involved, that would be really hurtful. Matter of fact, unfortunately, I know it is. So you can't blame her, for wanting to connect with her mom.
She just slipped it in there.
Which I know you weren't. I'm just saying.
And did you when you was with her, she had her phone with her, correct? She had her phone.
Yeah.
I've seen kids, you can have a really shitty parent and you still love them. You still want to have some sort of, well, not always, but you still a lot of times want to have some sort of relationship even when they're shitty. So.
Was her phone getting text messages during the time that she was at your house?
She looked at her phone a couple times, but that was about it. But I didn't see if it was the phone that she was using or if it was a different phone. We have a phone that is missing, and Rich says he can't find it, and the sister don't have it. So the sister gave it to Becca, and that phone's missing.
He said in regards to that particular phone that it is not working, that it won't charge, and that it's at his house. Do you think that this is true? That's what he told the panel the other day, was that it's not working and it doesn't charge. So he has it.
Her iPhone, not Mr. James Mercer's phone.
Okay. So she looks at her phone a couple of times, and can you explain to me, because this is one thing that I had a hard time understanding, maybe because I've not looked at a picture of your home, so I'm not demographically aware. But why? So I drew, actually, and I told you I was going to do this yesterday, draw to see if I have this right. So I'm going to show you this, and you tell me if I have it correctly. Let me see if I can unmirror myself again. I don't know if I can while I'm. This is mirrored, so it's backwards. So I understand it would be the opposite way. But are you saying that this is your home, and right across the street, you guys were sitting here, right? Like facing a direction. And the car came from another direction and pulled behind you. And so if you look in your rearview mirror, you would be able to see the car in your rearview mirror.
Yes. Yes.
And that is when you notice that the car is black, and that the years between 1998 and 2005 Chevy. And
here's the mystery car she got into. But before we get too much further from this, let me show you guys. Carrie sent this over, and thank you again, Carrie. This was from one of the Facebook groups, but it says Courtney posted this on her TikTok 3 hours ago, and it has the address, Cadillac, Michigan. Courtney, Clomid, 50 milligram tablets. Oh, wrong way. Sorry, I saved that for a timestamp, which we're probably not going to get to tonight. But, and then as you see here, just a little bit more of the screenshot. So, you know, again, everything, even what we're hearing now, this is a suspect given their version of events, right? Someone who has been charged with something in the case. But at the end of the day, you can't believe shit she says, right? So we got to remember that. Doesn't mean this is the facts. This is her story.
Impala with round taillights.
But still,
I noticed the taillights when they got in my headlights, and I noticed that it was black when they got in my headlights. Even though they sped off, I could still see it.
So they turned around and went the way that they came.
No, they went past my truck and went the same way that I was facing.
I got you. So you were able to see the front and back. And she got out of the car and she said, "I'll be right back."
She said, "Mom, I'll be back." She didn't say, "I'll be right back." She said, "Mom, I'll be back."
And then you said,
"Did she?"
Okay, or
I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word to her. I didn't want to seem like it was a snobby okay or nothing like that, so I didn't say anything.
It does need,
because my daughter is really,
but I don't know. Like I said, again, it's all.
I don't know. You get snobby with her, and she instantly attitude city.
Let me just pause to say, we don't know. We do know that she addressed, though, the fertility stuff and wanting another baby here. So that is true, that part. I don't know otherwise. But let's just rewind it a little bit. I'd like to hear this part again. She says, "Mom, I'll be back."
Okay, or
I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word to her. I didn't want to seem like it was a snobby okay or nothing like that, so I didn't say anything. Because my daughter is really, I don't know, you get snobby with her and she instantly attitude city.
You get snobby with me and it's attitude city too. Bitch, you get snobby with me and it might be more than attitude city, but I'm just saying, how dare you? She's 22 years old and pregnant. Of course she's attitude city. Are you freaking serious? As a woman who's been pregnant, don't you know that? Just anybody who's had kids, you know what it's like to be that pregnant. I have 2 kids and I only experienced it once. And I'll never forget when that's like right when the time when your belly really starts poking out, like those last few weeks, and you are so uncomfortable. You cannot breathe. Okay. You can't even, see to make sure you're all correct and everything down there and all the things. Like, it's just very stressful and uncomfortable and painful. And some people love being pregnant, but at the end of the day, even if you do, this is like a very uncomfortable time in pregnancy. Hello, attitude is expected. And if you say something snobby to her, she gets attitude city. Look here, when she paused right here, and I'm going to play it just one more time because it's like she had to stop herself from talking trash about her. Listen.
Okay, or
I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word to her. I didn't want to seem like it was a snobby okay or nothing like that, so I didn't say anything. Because my daughter is really,
Right there.
I don't know. You get snobby with her, and she instantly attitude city.
Right.
Did it bite your tongue there? Hey, Emily.
All right. We have 1.1 thousand souls in here. If you guys are in here, please give me a follow. That's totally free to do, and it'll help you keep up with not only this case, but other cases we are covering as well. Thank you for that. I appreciate your support. So when she gets out of the car, she gets, and you told me yesterday that she got into a front passenger side.
Yes, I could see it in my mirror on my passenger side.
And when she
I
got,
could see that.
wow, when she, and you're just kind of looking in the rearview mirror and kind of don't know what's going on, and you're going to be quiet because you want to sustain this relationship with your daughter, a trust relationship. When she opened that door, did the inside light turn on?
No, I didn't see a light. Did not see a light.
Just want to read a couple comments. Neat says, I always got irritated when people would say, you haven't had that baby yet. Clearly I haven't, bitch. And then Lady fucking T said, my daughter was born the end of October and I made my husband keep the windows down in the car. Right, because you're so hot and uncomfortable. Like, I always felt for the people who had that part of their pregnancy in the summer. Natasha, people get on my damn nerves without being pregnant. I can't even imagine. Yeah, it just seemed like she really was trying not to badmouth her there. But let's let her continue with her timeline.
Were you able to see or make out any other people or persons or shadows inside the car?
No.
Good question, Nicole B. Wow.
And what did you do immediately after the car left with her? Did you pull back into your driveway and go back into your home?
I did. I was going to sit here and wait for her.
Oh, but about that prescription, something that just came to me. I don't necessarily think it was just a request that somebody had done. Sometimes when it's a prescription that doesn't have refills, it will look like that right until you see your doctor again and they write it again. At least for me anyways, with other kinds of prescriptions. But
when she did not return, let's say, so this was at 8:30 the last time you saw her. Well, let's say by 9:30 she had not returned. Did you think of, I should maybe text her and see where she's at, make sure she got to where she was going okay?
Nope, because then she would have said, oh, you're just being nosy. You're all up in my business again. And if she did plan on coming back, I didn't want to push her. So I waited till 11 and I'm like, she's not back yet. Like, I'm going to get a hold of her sister and I'm going to get Rich up so that he can go look at places that they go and maybe he'll find her there. But he didn't answer his phone. And I called him repeatedly. Like, I wanted him to get up and go search these places that they go.
I saw your call log that you shared where you did try to call him. It was about every minute or two. I have to be honest with you. I found that odd to try to call that much. Only, go ahead.
Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
That is just something that me and my girls and my son, my mother, that's just what we do. If we want something, we just keep calling and calling until they answer.
Wow. So you are annoying as hell to people and have no respect for their time. Okay, sure. Oh my God, her tone is off. Maybe there was no car. I don't know. But let me tell you what, I like this girl doing so far just based on this. She's just calling her out like, and you calling over and over again like that. I mean, I got to be honest. I find that weird. What's up? Excuse me. Can be an ongoing prescription even without refills listed on the script. Right. You guys should see me bundled up outside. I have like two hoodies on and a coat, a blanket. I'm all snuggled up. Oh, you can't even really tell, but just trust me. I'm literally chilling with you guys right now. All right, let's get
That's just how we've been.
Such a cornball.
All these years.
Ignore me. Keep listening.
Did you try to text him as well?
I did text him.
We just call
and I told him, I said, hey, your old lady took off.
No, Kelly, it's not, thankfully.
Why? Let me understand, Rich, is he a heavy sleeper?
Only when he's on drugs.
So he, to his own words, he said that they had been clean
on drugs.
because that was one of the conditions as to moving back in with his father. So for a month, he said,
clean.
do you believe that's true?
No.
So
Rich
it's possible.
is such a liar.
So it's possible, and you're saying that he could have taken straight pharmaceuticals and not been alerted to the text messages, or I mean.
Okay, so let me just ask you guys: does this look like a man who is clean? What? You know what I find really fascinating? And I've noticed this since I've been in recovery, and because at one point I had a loved one who I desperately wanted them to be in recovery, but they were not at the time. They are now, thank God. But at the time, I used to think, like, why do you lie when, like, you will look so obviously messed up? Like, you're slurring, you're nodding out, you're falling asleep mid-sentence. Like, you look like shit. You've lost a ton of weight, and you gonna look me in my face and tell me you're sober, even though I'm watching you nod out? Like, do you not realize how obvious it is? But they don't. Like, sometimes people in active addiction, they do not see that we can all tell 100% they are in addiction. Like, they're in active addiction. They are fucked up, okay, on whatever. This dude, I'm sorry, but the fact that you could tell anyone you've been clean for a month, you can clearly see. Now, maybe y'all might think I'm wrong for saying that, but I don't know, man. That's just how I feel looking at him. I mean, he is a damn wreck. And then here we have sister over here on the left, old Kimberly, who told police that she was hit over the head and had the seizure and all that stuff. But all right, back to the interview. I don't think we're going to get through any of the other interviews, but maybe tomorrow we can try to wrap all of it up with a little, bow as we get into the complaints. Uh-oh, hold on.
The phone calls. So the fact that you couldn't get him and that you didn't hear back from your daughter, is there anybody else that you tried to contact that night?
No, I didn't know who to contact. All I knew was my daughter and Rich. That was it. The two people that would know where she would have gone, or where she had gone, or if she was at this place or if she was at that place, it would be my daughter and Rich.
In your heart of hearts, Courtney, what motive would Rich have to harm her and the unborn baby?
This is where I wanted us to hear.
I don't know.
Because
me and my daughter didn't talk about her and Rich. She just said, "Mom, I don't want to talk about that." And I said, "Okay, we don't have to." Because I asked her how her and Rich were doing, and she's like, "Mom, I don't even want to talk about it." I said, "Okay."
I have a guest request here, and it's another true crime content creator, and I'm sure she's got a question or two for you. And she's just the content it's going to be very calm. Do you mind if she comes up and asks you a question or two?
Hey, Meek.
I don't mind.
Cazador. They are.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, I just want to, and you don't have to answer these questions, but I'm just going based off what you are saying and what Steph is asking you. And I kind of have questions in between those questions. So I guess I'll first by saying, or by asking, let's back up a little bit.
Absolutely.
Of the time that you went and picked up
if you've been there,
Becca. So you said that you went and picked up Becca to bring her back to give her Tide Pods as well as the money, right?
Yes.
Okay. So my question there is, why would you bring her back to your house to get Tide Pods and money when you could just bring it to her?
Because that was the plan. That's what we planned. We didn't plan on going to the store. I mean, we talked about it.
Right, but the Tide Pods were at your house, right? So I just feel like in my mind, that's a waste of gas to go back and forth, and you could just bring her the Tide Pods and go back home.
that's not what she wanted to do.
Okay.
And
The
we were
reason-
supposed to go get ice cream also, you know? And we
The
never made
reason
it
True
there.
Crime Nicole is asking this, and we're trying to fill in the blanks here, is because the public perceives, and you obviously know this by now, Courtney, by reading the news and seeing these articles, that people are perceiving that perhaps there was a plan to lure her to that spot. What is your response to that?
There was no plan. It was just a plan for us to spend more time together so that we could talk.
Oh, sure. I'm sorry. You just sound I'm getting frustrated because she sounds so full of shit. And maybe it's because we know she's involved now, but it's hard to listen. The plan was so we could spend more time together. Really? So is it a coincidence that as soon as she thinks she's going into labor, you and Kimmy go and pick her up. Kimberly, go and pick her up. And you give her this $2,000 inheritance that very day, too. Not a coincidence there either. And I just, no, I'm not.
I don't know why anybody would even say that. I have the right to talk to my daughter, and my daughter has the right to talk to me. It's just how we do things. Nobody knows how we are, mother and daughter. Nobody. And everybody wants to try to, oh, well, I know this and I know that. You don't know nothing. We do what we do. That's just how we are. I mean, Kimberly, if she asked me for laundry soap, I'd go pick her up, bring her here. Then I'd get her laundry soap and I'd take her back. It's just how we are.
Okay.
You know, it's just how me and my kids are.
Like you're something fucking special. I don't get the way she keeps doing that. We're just like that. We just call people over and over again. That's just how me and my family are. Like, okay. Now I'm nitpicking, but I'm getting annoyed.
Okay, so my next question is,
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. What I'm thinking.
Whenever
Way
this
too
vehicle pulled up and you didn't recognize it, and she said that she'll be right back. Did you ever ask her, whenever you realized you didn't recognize it, like, hey, who is that? Did you ever ask her that or no?
If I would have asked her that, she would have been like, oh, you're all up in my business again. And it would push my daughter away. Not doing that. I wanted a relationship with my daughter. She's having my grandson. I don't.
Oh my God. Are you serious? So giving a fuck about her life, where she's going, what she's up to is going to push her away. I'm not buying that either. I'm just not. It's just an excuse for why you don't have an answer to that particular question at the time. But you're so close that you don't just take them laundry soap. You go pick them up, bring them over, spend time with them, then take them home with laundry soap in under the arm. But you're not close enough to ask her, who's picking you up? Where you going? What you doing? How you doing? Any of that would make her mad. What?
Don't want to push her away.
Stop fucking painting her out to be this like hostile, mean, grumpy, bitchy person. It's rude. Okay? It's literally like I keep getting the vibe that she's not only putting her down, but like trying not to do it too much. She's like watching her words at times, hesitating. Tell us how you really feel, Courtney. Tell us how you really feel, girl.
People don't realize that my daughter came with me before and has left me before.
Hey, Franklin. Well, I'm glad that you're here.
She's done it a million times to me. It pisses me off every time, but she's an adult. What can I do? I can't do it, and has left me before. She's done it a million times to me. It pisses me off every time, but
what does she mean there?
My daughter came with me before and has left me before.
People don't realize my daughter has
she's done it a million times
and left me before.
It pisses me off every time, but she's an adult. What can I do?
Huh? And don't forget Kimberly's quote to the news. I keep trying to not think about what happened to her. But the way she said it was just like, so what do you mean? Huh? You know what happened? What happened?
I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Like I told the cop that was here today. What am I supposed to do? Pin her down and, grab her or whatever?
Really.
I said, my daughter would have whooped my ass. My daughter is one feisty woman. And oh my God, I will not mess with that because, oh boy, if she's knocking Rich's eye out of his socket, come on. I ain't messing with that.
Okay.
A lot of the public also
scary
perceived
old
the
girl,
money
huh?
as motive. Why
Old,
would she,
grumpy.
and I asked this question myself, why would she only take $2,000? So I want to clarify this.
This hateful, grumpy, abusive, violent, scary girl. No, I'm not messing with her. You are her mother, lady. There ain't no way you scared of her. I'm sorry, but I I don't believe that either. My mom is 66 years old, and I guarantee you she ain't scared of a damn but nobody, and definitely not me. My mom is a bit of a hard ass. She raised me with a lot of tough love, which I'm very thankful for because I can actually handle my emotions and know how to deal with life because you see so many people who can't. But I'm just saying I don't buy that. Like being a daughter, having a mom. Now, granted, it is not your average mommy daughter relationship, but how many of you are scared of your kids like that? Like,
Was it that she was only getting $2,000 at the time?
Yeah.
Like, this is
So
all I
her
want
being
right
adopted
now.
was her fault
Or
too,
was
huh?
she wanting the $2,000 at total and nothing, not a penny of nothing else?
She didn't want any more than that. Rich was the one that wanted the $18,000. She did not. She wanted $2,000 that quick, and that was it. That's all she wanted. I gave her the $2,000, and that was it. Because when I dropped her off from the hospital after Rich got out of the car, she whispered under her breath, "Mom, you're gonna have the $2,000, right?" I said, "Yeah," and she's like, "Okay," and that was all she said. Because Rich was acting retarded on the side of the vehicle that my daughter was on, hitting this vehicle that was sitting in the yard, and yeah.
Kelly, that's quite interesting. I didn't even notice like the shift in tone. But Kelly says you only switch your voice like that when you're talking about someone you dislike. Definitely feel some kind of something there. I would hope that law enforcement has heard all of these. I would think that they have. I don't know for certain. So, Catering Winch says, does law enforcement listen to TikTok? I have seen in other cases where you wouldn't think they were watching the interviews and stuff, and they are watching very closely. So I hope so. And we've seen in trials a lot of times like different interviews and things being mentioned, or even look at there was one recently. Who was it? Maybe it'll come to me, but their arrest affidavit mentioned like YouTube. So I would think so. I would guess a lot of people sent this to them too.
So my next question is, and
for real, Natasha,
whenever did you say that whenever y'all were in the vehicle outside, you had like left something in the house, so you ran inside and grabbed it and came back out? Is that correct?
I came in the house to get the Tide Pods, and I went back out. And that's when we were getting ready to pull out the driveway. She says, "Mom, hold up, I got somebody coming." I said, "What the hell you mean you got somebody coming?"
Oh, you can ask her that. Wait a minute.
I got somebody coming.
Wait. You hold on. You're not comfortable to ask her, where are you going? How are you doing? How are you and your boyfriend? No, don't want to push her away. But then I go, what the hell do you mean you got somebody coming? The hell do you mean?
And that's when we were getting ready to pull out the driveway. She says, "Mom, hold up, I got somebody coming." I said, "What the hell you mean you got somebody coming?"
And
She's
then
like,
she
"I got
said,
somebody coming that's coming to get me."
Okay.
So let me ask this. In regards to, let's say that something nefarious happened to Rebecca, in that case, though they are not married, would Rich get the remaining money?
No, he ain't getting nothing. He's not entitled to anything.
Maybe that's who I was thinking.
Nothing.
Of positive vibes.
Go ahead, True Crime Nicole.
So my follow-up question about that is, I did want to ask a question. Now, this might be personal, so if you don't feel comfortable answering it, you don't. But I have a question, and then I have a follow-up question.
All right, before we get into this personal maybe question, Carrie says Larry Milletti's attorney tried to get change of venue and had every live counted, and he talked about them. So it wasn't law enforcement, but the attorneys did. Right, payday come. And then I want to read one more comment of you guys. Mi Cazador de Ardiaz says, I think the adoption part has a big thing to do with her feelings toward daughter. Daughter came and went because she had an adoptive mom who is probably a better person than this lady. Oh, I agree. And I hope I didn't butcher your name too bad.
I do know that you're an amputee. Do you have a prosthetic?
Choice of words.
And I'm just asking this because I have a follow-up question to ask. I'm sorry.
Not answering that.
Okay, so my follow-up question is just asking this because I have a question and then I have a follow-up question. I do know that you're an amputee. Do you have a prosthetic? And I'm just asking this because I have a follow-up question to ask. I'm sorry.
Not answering that.
Okay, so my follow-up question is, whenever you ran back inside, wouldn't it, with Becca being with you, wouldn't it had been easier for Becca to just run inside and go get the Tide Pod and come out rather than you as an amputee?
Why would I send my pregnant daughter in to get it when I can get off my ass and go do it? She's pregnant.
Why would you not answer if you have a prosthetic? That's kind of strange. Nunya, yes, Rich has been arrested too. Now, he's the only one who hasn't been charged with something connected to this. So her sister, we know, has been charged for lying to police. She told the story that she got hit over the head and drug away. Mom and mom's husband have been arrested in connection with this, but we don't know exactly what their charges are yet. And then we have so Rich arrested. What did I even say? And then Kimberly. I said her. I don't know. Yes, Rich has been arrested. I don't know. I had another point I was going to get to, but yes, he was arrested first. Oh yeah, his charges are. So all of the other three are definitely related to this. His appears to be as well, but we don't know for sure yet. So we do know he was charged with some drug charges and on a very high bond. Probably not your normal bond for the charges he got, even though one was a repeat offender charge. His bond was a cash bond of $750,000. No, I'm sorry, $1 million. Kimberly's was $750,000. And he was arrested and charged with that pretty much immediately right after she was found, after Rebecca was recovered.
She was just in the hospital. Why would I want her to walk down a hill that is kind of a little steep and then onto a rickety ramp? Why would I want that? Like, my ramp is safe enough for me to walk on, but my daughter is 240 pounds and she's walking kind of duck waddling, as you could say. I'm not going to make her walk that far. So I did it.
Fair enough, but go ahead.
I understand. And I don't want you to think that like me and stuff are against you. It's just, there's a lot of questions that a lot of people are asking and they want the answers from you, right?
Well,
so
without a prosthetic on that video,
we're just trying to clear the air on things that are being asked repeatedly. And we're getting answers from a lot of different people that weren't directly there at that time, you know?
Courtney, how hard has this been for you?
It's been very hard. I'm barely sleeping. I watch my cameras, hoping that she's coming home. I lay awake at night watching the cameras so that I don't miss anything. I'm only getting a couple 3 hours of sleep, maybe here and there.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for the Courtney. Thank you for the support. We have 281,000 likes. I think we can reach 300,000 likes, 1.2 thousand souls in this room right now. If you are in this room, please give me a follow. Totally free to do on the panel with me. True Crime Nicole. Make sure you give her a follow. And Courtney, the mother of Rebecca Park, who is still missing. Today is her due date. When she gave birth to her other children, was she early or late with them?
With Nicholas, I think she was early, but with Gus, I think she went past her due date. I'm not sure.
You feel right now that by now she would have gone into labor?
I hope not. We want to be there with her. We're hoping that she comes home before she has baby Park.
We haven't heard anything from the adoptive parents. There hasn't.
They
I
are not
haven't.
commenting at all.
I'm sorry.
They have given a statement.
The adoptive parents are not commenting about anything. They do not want to be mentioned. Nothing.
Why?
They don't want to be harassed. They don't want to be threatened. They don't
They've
want none of
given a
that.
statement. I
They're
read it
staying
out
out of
yesterday on
everything.
the live. But let's take a second and go to the live from yesterday, and let me show y'all what I was talking about. Okay. This is Courtney walking down to the driveway. So on the 23rd, 2 days before Rebecca was found, right in behind the house, very close to in behind the house. She, if I'm not mistaken, comes down without a prosthetic leg on. And look, that Steph girl that's interviewing her is there on this live as well. See her right here. Okay.
Well, we were invited. Where's her prosthetic at, Brad?
It's not mine. So, sorry.
Here's the thing. Well, we can stand out in the road.
You guys can keep believing Kimmy all you want.
Oh, I don't believe a word Kimmy says. Trust that.
Let me
You
take a
keep
second
believing
to say
Kimmy.
all you want. So we'll go back to the interview, but that is Courtney without a prosthetic. And then I saw your comment, Grandma Sherry, and I have seen a bit of confusion surrounding who is missing a leg, but it is her biological mom. As far as I know, Kimberly is not. But
And I don't blame them.
I've heard of stranger things, though. So.
Have you ever witnessed Rich physically abusing Rebecca?
I've seen him grab her, but I've never seen the abuse. Her sister has seen it. She's broke it up.
And are you guys continually like calling the local hospitals to see if anybody has come in?
Yes, her sister is.
I wonder how long she's.
I can't. My phone is off, but her sister and the adoptive mother is.
Your phone is off. You can't pay the phone bill, but you're trying to have another baby?
Can I ask a question? And this is for you, Courtney. When did you and Brad get together?
What is that? That has nothing to do with my daughter.
Okay. You don't have to answer. I just wanted to ask a question. Together.
When did you and Brad?
What is
get
that?
together?
That has nothing to do with my daughter.
Okay. You don't have to answer. I just wanted to ask a question.
Everybody is missing the point. It's about my daughter, not who slept with who got with who, what happened 20 years ago.
That.
None of that contains to my daughter. It's finding my daughter, and if she's had my grandson, it's finding baby Park.
Right. We are just I'm
Faulty
just trying my
proven,
very
faulty
best
cameras, Kelly.
I want to believe you, Courtney. I, as a true crime creator, I have to look at both sides. I have to look at all different angles. And so it's not whether or not we believe you or not, you don't have to talk to us or anybody, right? You could just go on along with the case. So I do appreciate you
Right,
getting on the
Carrie.
panel. And I think this is going to help dispel a
apologize
lot of it.
because
We really, 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 really,
all the
in
people
our heart of
surrounding
hearts
them
want to
are
believe
sex
that you're
offenders.
telling the truth about this mysterious black vehicle and then seeing your daughter get in, not asking many questions. And we want to support you, but in order to get there, we have to understand the facts. And so there might be questions that don't make sense and this and that, but we're just trying to establish who is who and this and that. That's all.
Okay, I'm going to say this. The detective has known me for years. He knows when it comes to something serious, I'm not going to lie about it. And this is serious. Like,
is it
serious?
And this,
And people want to blow it out of proportion. I'm saying this and saying that. Well, you know what?
and this is serious. I mean, serious. No shit. I'm kind of stunned that she would even say that.
Who's who and
again, I know I'm being judgy, but she deserves it, in my opinion. But this is serious. I mean, this is serious. Well, hell yeah. At this time, Rebecca was still missing, pregnant, very pregnant. Now she's been found and her baby was not with her, as was quoted from the ME, from the autopsy. Everybody knows this is serious. What are you saying? Like,
And this and that. That's all.
I know people can say
Okay,
strange
I'm gonna
things
say this. The
and be
detective
innocent. I'm just
has known
saying.
me for years. He knows when it comes to something serious, I'm not gonna lie about it. And this is serious. Like, serious. And people want to blow it out of proportion. I'm saying this and saying that. Well, you know what? People that
Right.
are
Such
saying
as
what they're
knows you.
saying, you guys need to just shut up. You don't even know. This is about my daughter and finding my daughter.
Wait, it's not about how long, like, people can't just be curious the timeline of how everybody knows each other and for how long, but we all need to know that the detective has known you for years, and he knows I wouldn't lie about something serious. That seems way more unnecessary than how long have you been with the man you're with now? Considering that's a person very closely connected to and surrounding this missing person.
Let's not make it about something else. I've already told Rich, don't make it about him. Araya's trying to make it about her. It's not about her either. It's about finding my daughter. And that is it. So when guys want to ask me stupid questions like, oh, are you an amputee? Oh, is this your house? Well, did you do this or do that? When I say what I've said happened that night, and that's the truth, I'm not going to say, oh, well, this went on and this went on, because it didn't happen.
Okay, so
Rich was rugged. So let's leave it as that.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Nunya says, I think the interviewers did a great job at some tough questions. I am so glad you're getting into this one so that we can talk about it. She said, I'm really struggling with holding back my judgment of this mom. Here's the thing, because I would usually be right there with you. At this point, she's been charged in connection with her murder. You know what I mean? So don't worry about it. You don't have to hold back your judgment, because your judgment and your gut is telling you the same thing as what what her being arrested is telling us, and the police saying in connection, because they clearly, the first two arrests, they didn't say at first that it was in connection with this. And with the meth charges and stuff, we were kind of wondering. Now that complaint is out, we know what Kimberly said about her getting drug off and stuff. But they said immediately they were arrested in connection with Rebecca's death. So, I mean, you can't help but judge somebody in that situation. Look, people, I have really great people who really love their kids, give them up for adoption. I don't see a problem with that. Sometimes it's a mom doing what's best for their kid, even though it's probably the hardest thing to do, right? I know really great people. Matter of fact, some of the best people I've ever met in my life are in the fucking NA rooms, and I'm not joking. Narcotics Anonymous, people that are working a program like that have been in the gutters of the gutters. They have seen pure fucking misery, and they have lived through it, and they're on the other side. Those are some of the best people on earth. So, being an addict, giving your child up for adoption, all of those things really don't mean anything. But it's one, her attitude, but when it's all tied together with these charges and all the different stories and stuff, then hell, I think it's fair to judge her at this point. So all that all that just to say, don't be so hard on yourself.
And it's not my
So
daughter that's
listen
money
and
grubbing and hungry.
judge.
It's Rich. Like always.
Okay, so
every woman that he's ever been with, as soon as he can get something from him, he's going to.
So
I don't mean all people who give up their kids for adoption are great, Natasha. I'm just saying a lot of times they're doing it for the right reasons. And a lot of times addicts are the best people, especially when they've been through some shit. Because you appreciate life, and honesty means something. Accountability means something. I don't work a 12-step program right now, but I got to say, if you've never actually looked at the steps, it could apply to anybody really. And it just makes you a better person. It's just like character development.
So I told you earlier, I spoke to Detective Chris this morning.
Oh, okay.
the lead detective on the case, and he told me,
I thought you maybe.
and you can speak on this as well. He had told me, and I know Steph had mentioned a little bit of it, but what he said exactly is that the rugs that were being distributed were coming from and related to the C word from your house. That is what he told me this morning.
The C word again.
Like y'all's distributor is in connection.
Let me rewind.
What he said exactly is
the lead detective.
So I told you earlier, I spoke to Detective Chris this morning, the lead detective on the case, and he told me, and you can speak on this as well. He had told me, and I know Steph had mentioned a little bit of it, but what he said exactly is that the rugs that were being distributed were coming from and related to the C word from your house. That is what he told me this morning. Like y'all's distributor is in connection with the C word.
That's bullshit.
That is
bullshit.
The detective told me this morning.
Out because he knows damn well I ain't done drugs in 10 years. And my husband doesn't do them either.
So he also did tell me that he has known you since you were 16 years old. He said that there's 3 other detectives as well in the case, and they've known you since you were 16 years old. Now, as far as him knowing you, it was more based off of a police department connection rather than friendly connection. Can you speak on that?
He's known me since I was with my son's dad.
Why would the detective give this person so much information, though? Like about the drugs and stuff? Because remember the press conference they did after finding her, they really wouldn't say hardly anything. And I agree. Nunya says she sounds jealous of her daughter, the relationship with Rich, the pregnancy, the attitude statements. It's very odd and comes off jealous to me. It's just painting a picture that's really scary. It's like, what was the plan here? And I don't know. It's like you were saying, Nunya, about the Kansas moms, like all of these people coming together, like just this is pure evil. And when you think about like the planning of something like this, if it was planned, I don't know. We just got to wait and see tomorrow what they've been charged with. And God, I'm just like, were you trying to fake that you were going to have a baby, move to Texas, like this creator had said earlier, and take her baby and say that you gave her thousands of dollars and she ran off and was never seen again?
Well, yeah, he said you since you were 16 years old, but he said it wasn't a friendly connection. It was because he works for the police department.
I have a clean record. My record only had a couple things on it besides driving on suspended, which I got that all taken care of. But I don't have a criminal background. I've never been busted for drugs. I've never been busted for this or that. Or why does that even pertain to anything?
I'm just asking because that's what he's telling me. And I'm not saying that you've done anything. I do feel, and I'm not trying to be mean here, but I do feel like you are taking offense to a lot of things that are being asked and said to you. And I want to reiterate that I'm not here to offend you in any type of way. I'm just asking questions based on what police have told me. I would rather believe the police than social media, if that makes any sense.
But my background has nothing to do with my daughter. She was in foster care and adopted out. That has nothing to do with her.
It's the reason is, and I'm trying to see this from the public sense, is they're just trying to get a sense of who you are. Are you trustworthy? Because if we can say, okay, in our hearts, we feel like Courtney's telling the truth. Can we focus past that and focus on finding this black vehicle to try to find her? And I know that some serious groups are involved, but that doesn't stop the news from talking about her disappearance.
Serious groups, like like Carrie said, the cartel was the C word. that kind of would make sense with what she just said. But again, you guys, this creator covered Bullhorn Betty being arrested. I saw that on her channel. I'm going to drop her link again right now. I mean, she covered Sebastian Rogers' case. I've never seen her before. She's done a good job with this. I can't, say that anything else was good or bad or whatever. But if you guys want to check her out, hey, Mystery, there's her link. I did have something else I was going to say, but I freaking forgot it. So
They can't kill us all. So my question to you
Oh.
is, if the local newspaper or the local news, not national news, comes to you and wants to do an interview, are you going to do it? I mean, it seems like you're scared of the media, but the media is how we. In other words, we are the milk cartons. I say it all the time. We are. Remember when we was growing up in the 80s, and you got your milk carton, and that's how you saw when somebody was missing because they was on it. We're not.
I like her accent. It makes me, it just, yeah, because they was on it. Why would she not do media interviews if she's doing this? But I do know what I was going to say now. She was arrested a year ago, Kelly. I was going to say, Lady fucking T, as of November 20th, I've been clean for 32 years. And this woman sounds like I did when I was using. Congratulations. That is freaking awesome. 32 years. Where's your first comment? I saw the first one. Look at 3, far beyond 3, 32. I was going to comment on the 3. That is awesome. And you know what? You're so right. When you're using, can't nobody tell you nothing. You will never admit fault. This is, at least in my experience, and with a lot of addicts, I've been around family members, friends, myself, for years and years, many years on heavy drugs in really dark places. Those people oftentimes will never admit when they're wrong. They don't take accountability for anything. It's like I said, you can't tell me nothing. It's like a stubborn teenager who just knows more than mom. You know what I mean? They know better, like, except worse. And she totally does sound like that, and really defensive, and just like almost in the way she was describing her daughter, right? She kind of sounds like a grumpy, attitude filled hussy. Which reminds me as well of when you're in active addiction. I'm not saying she is. I tend to lean towards it's a great possibility, but you're so right. That's exactly. I was a jerk. I cannot believe, like, you don't understand the karma for the shitty person you are during the years of using, if you're an addict, comes when in recovery you have to deal with the guilt of just being a selfish asshole. And I was definitely a very selfish asshole. So I get it, Lady fucking T.
And
Let's
we're
keep
past
going.
the days of Dan
See
Rather.
how far
So
we
we're
get.
in a time and place now where social media comes
Aw,
from different people
Natasha,
from
thank
all.
you
So when
for
Dan
being a
Rather was
member
on the
20
TV,
months.
everybody was thinking that way on their couch. Now that we can see what they're thinking because it's right there, right? And so it's hard to take everybody's dagger and everybody's opinion. So that's why we have these questions, so we can put some things to rest, not to judge you, but just to put them out. Okay, we're done. We're not going to talk about that anymore. It's asked, answered, settled. Can we move on? That type of thing.
Been answering questions and still.
Then why are you here?
Nobody listens.
Oh, I'm done.
Was Brad home at the time?
No.
So I was just asking to wonder if he maybe saw something out the window or something, or something. I don't know.
That was a
He doesn't live here. My kids will not come around if he is here.
Oh. Your kids won't come around if he's there. And what do you mean he doesn't live there? He was at the end of the driveway with you, no? Natasha says, here's to you, Lady fucking T. Pretty Insane says 11 for me. That is awesome. Congratulations. If it was crack instead of cartel, what would the groups thing mean? Like the important groups or whatever? Whatever she said. This is crazy, Amber. Yeah, he probably that's kinda what I thought too. Maybe because he's the RSO, but also all of them are, like, a lot of these people are, including Rich, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that on this little chart. If it I would like to do a background check, actually. I think that maybe I will. Yeah, he is as well. Rich, allegedly. We'll double check that on a background check, but that's from 2 different sources. Okay. Hey, looking beyond. She did say the kids will not visit when Brad is there. Let's rewind a second and listen for another minute or 2. We won't listen much longer. I'll wrap it up, let you guys go. Tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time again, we will go over the arraignment. We'll know what their charges are. I cannot wait to find out. I can't wait to talk about it. We'll watch and listen to some more of these interviews, and hoping and praying the baby's found by then. I mean, it could happen. So, and I don't know, let me know. Should we finish this interview tomorrow or get into Kimberly's or Rich's interview? Because those are out there too. With the same
Wonder
woman.
if he maybe saw something out the window or something or something. I don't know.
That was a very.
He doesn't live here. My kids
Yes,
will not come
very.
around if he is here.
I am down.
And spending time with my children was more important than having him here. He doesn't live here. My kids will not come around if he is here.
That's odd. Huh.
And spending time with my children was more important than having him here.
Then why would you be with him at all?
In your town of Cadillac, I've not looked at any Google Earth pictures, so I'm not familiar at all.
Oh, neat. Thank you.
Are there businesses
don't
in
think
your
so.
town that
That's
has
sweet.
cameras that you can remember or recall?
Lady fucking T.
I don't live in Cadillac. I live out in the country.
How far from town is it? Are there businesses
don't
in
live
your
in Cadillac.
town that has cameras that you can remember or recall?
I don't live in Cadillac. I live out in the country.
Why
How
are
far
you
from town is
mad?
it?
I'm about 16 miles out.
How are you mad she's asking these questions? It's like, are there businesses in your town with cameras? Pretty standard freaking question when someone goes missing. Oh my God, this lady's so frustrating. I don't know. I don't live in town. Lady, if you don't want to answer the questions, why the fuck are you doing an interview? But these are simple questions. Are there cameras on the businesses? How far from town is it? And look, you guys, I get it. Like, I'm about to crash out over this. I'm not a professional. I'm just fucking normal and like to talk about this with you guys, okay? And I'm not ever going to be. I'm just me and normal. And so you're going to have to deal with the crash outs. But how frustrating. Why is she freaking mad? Let's hear that again. I'm going to mute and shut up and try to listen for a second without throwing something.
In your town of Cadillac, I've not looked at any Google Earth pictures, so I'm not familiar at all. Are there businesses in your town that has cameras that you can remember or recall?
I don't live in Cadillac. I live out in the country.
How far from town is it?
I'm about 16 miles out.
I don't live in Cadillac. I live in the country. How would I know? Do you go to the fucking town? Do you ever go to town? I mean, are you serious? You don't know what's in town? I don't care where you live. I live out in the country too. And guess what? I can tell you what's in all the towns around me. Like, how stupid. Why do you not want to answer questions that could help find your missing daughter? Oh, wait, we know why. Why are you on an interview? Answer me that, you guys. Does that make sense? I don't care if you live in the country. You know if there are stores in the town, the main town, like the city near you, maybe where you go, whatever, or one of the main towns near you. You know what's there, what places exist. Why in the hell are you mad?
So do you ever go to Cadillac? I know you're home all the time, but like, do you go shopping? I'm home all the time too, because it's hard for, I too am disabled because of my neuropathy, and it's hard to go walking as it hurts and whatnot. So everything I do is probably from the house, but there's sometimes I have to go to town. Do you ever go into town?
Only when I go to the doctor's. My groceries are picked up for me and brought to me.
Yeah, me too. I always order because you go walking around the grocery store, and then the next thing you know, you're so much in pain you got to put ice on your body because you're on fire. But I'm just kind of
On
think
fire.
out loud here about what buildings in Cadillac would have cameras. And you got Cadillac, and then you got kind of the outskirts. What is the next biggest town close to Cadillac?
Traverse
don't
City,
know.
and that's 45 minutes away.
I'm surprised she's like, not like, I don't know what towns are around. I live like in the country.
The detective has my daughter's GPS and where her phone was pinging off of. And I
She
told him
is
the exact way we went, and he's like, well, that explains why her phone's pinging off that tower.
What went through your mind? Okay, and I want a time as well. The day after she disappeared, November the 4th, we know that you tried to call Rich that night, but when you woke up that morning, did you try to call him again?
He had already texted me, and I didn't wake up. I was already awake. I'm waiting for my child to come back. So I
Okay.
stayed up.
I would too.
And he
I would
texted
too.
me at like,
So I stayed up. He didn't text me, or I didn't have to wake up. I was already awake waiting for my child. So I stayed up. Dude. What is your issue? Talking seems to be so fucking painful for her right now. It's painful for me listening. Why are you talking then? I don't. I didn't have to. Okay, we're about to be done, you guys, until tomorrow. But let me know, though, for real. Should we listen to the rest of this or move on to Rich and Kimberly? Maybe we should move on and watch in our own time the rest of it. But, like, I don't want to miss anything. Hell, I read that article earlier twice. I even read a lot of it out loud to my friends a couple friends on the phone, and I overlooked the part about Kimberly somehow. So yeah, let me know what you guys think we should do.
he had already
I can plan
texted me,
for it.
and I didn't wake up. I was already awake. I'm waiting for my child to come back. So I
Okay.
stayed up.
I would too.
And he
I would
texted
too.
me at like 9:20, 9:30, something like that.
So I wanted to ask a question. So the night that she went missing and she left and you had contacted Rich, right? You called Rich that night around, you said like 11:30. Is that correct?
Between 11 and 11:30. My daughter cleared it up
That sounded like
yesterday. I
Melissa
called
for
her
a
at
second.
11:07.
You
And
called
as soon as
at
I got his
11?
number, I tried to call him.
Okay, so my question is, did you ever try calling Becca before you called Rich?
Oh no, because of the fact that she would have said I'm all up in her business had she have answered her phone. I figured I'd let Rich or her sister text her or call her. And when I went to go call that morning, my number had been blocked. It's went straight to voicemail.
Right, Nicole B.
Your number was blocked on Becca's phone?
Yes.
Which, the day that she went missing or the following day?
That next morning, my number was blocked.
So when did y'all turn the phone into police?
Her sister turned it into them. I want to say Wednesday morning. I don't know. You'd have to ask her sister.
Let's back up. Let's back up and take our time. Hold on. Hold the panel. Let's take our time here. You said that your number was blocked on her phone the next day. So you're saying that sometime after she left, either she or somebody got her phone and blocked your contact?
Yes. It went straight to voicemail, and her sister's like, it's just ringing for me.
That doesn't mean you're blocked, lady. Okay, yeah, we'll figure this out tomorrow. Let's have a little bit of conversation, though, here at the end surrounding a few of your guys' comments. Dude, I'm serious when I say that made my neck hurt. I think I was straining so hard listening or something. Maybe I have high blood pressure. I don't know. But Sarah says, devil's advocate. She is tired of answering that question. It's a simple thing to her, and she's frustrated why people don't understand no cameras. Yeah, but it's every question. I could maybe get down with that, but it's every question. So, and then Nicole, why is she even bothering to give interviews if she does not want to answer questions? Good question. And then Tammy says, I hardly go into town with my daughter-in-law, but boy, when I do go into town, I live in the country too, in the forest. I'm looking all around and I don't even know the town, but I can tell you what's in it, I think it's going to say. Let's see if I finish that comment. Right. Why was her number blocked? Hey, Vanessa. So, yes, mom and mom's husband have been arrested. We're waiting for the arraignment tomorrow. We're listening to an interview with the mom right now. And that's it. Besides, the only other new stuff is her sister. We know that now the criminal complaint, her sister, the lies that she told police were involving this case. And I've honestly said it over and over. And I hate to say this again because it just, it's just awful to even have to say this so many times. But her sister claimed that she was hit over the head and drug away by a couple family members, and that was the last time she was seen. That's what she told police. So we know that. Waiting on the arraignment and the interview. I think that's it. Why was the number blocked? I think it will come out she did not like her daughter, but sadly kept coming back because of wanting connection. Yeah, it is looking worse by the minute, Grandma Sherry. Can I just say, I'm so happy that you guys are here and like joining the conversation and being interested in this case. Truly, because there's so many people in here. Not that there's a lot of people in here. I don't mean like a high amount of numbers, but the people that are here are just like awesome and special people and that I enjoy talking to, like on YouTube and off YouTube. A lot of you guys, well, many of you guys. And yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. And it makes it like, oh my God, I'm just all the way down this rabbit hole and I might not be out for a while until we know more. And it makes it easier and more like interesting to be able to like talk about it with you guys. So yeah, thank you for being here. Oh, good night, Kelly. Let's see. She wanted her baby, in my opinion, but all speculative, of course. Hope I'm wrong. Well, we'll know a little bit more tomorrow. Sarah says, my neurospicy children have issues answering multiple questions that have obvious answers to them. It triggers them and makes them angry. I definitely know what you mean. I don't see that. I don't think some of these were obvious, but yeah, I can see what you mean. I do think in the case of your child being missing, you kind of would be like given all the information you could, and we've seen it, even like Don Wells. Think what you want about him, but he was very vocal about Summer and from day one said that him and Candace took a lot of hell, a lot of abuse online, but he kept coming out because he wanted Summer's name out there and he talked to the newspaper, to the news, at first he talked to everybody. And he said he would be asked, why do you keep coming on here and doing interviews if you know people are going to tear every word apart? Rightfully so or not, depending on what it was. And he would say, because this is my way of getting her name out there. I didn't know what else to do. So, a lot of parents are desperate and will give every detail of everything if it could help ever. If there's even a possibility it could help. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go. The sister is in jail too. Yep. She's been charged. I'm happy you found me too, Frilly Farmhouse. I love your name. It's cute. Andy. Yep, for lying to police and a couple other things. You're awesome and special, Nicole B. All right, you guys. I got to go do some deep breathing for a few minutes and hope that my neck stops hurting because I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, you're not going to be able to tell, but I feel like it's cramped up and hunched over, stuck that way or something. It's just the stress, I guess, of watching that being tensed up. I got to move around a little bit, but I couldn't watch that alone. It's too scary. Very nice to see it with you guys. Agree. And get to the bottom of the chat. Brandy, I'm jumping down the rabbit hole too. How can you not? Every other detail you learn and hear, it's like more twisted and more concerning, and yeah, just crazy. It is, Nanya. We'll see tomorrow. Oh, and thank you. All right, you guys have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. We will, if you care and you want to give like a choice, I'll definitely do whatever you guys want to do or take it into consideration if you guys want to finish this or go to the other people. So like you can leave it in a comment, leave it in the chat, whatever you want to do. I would appreciate it so much. And if you don't care either way, we'll definitely talk about what we learned tomorrow and then I'll decide. I don't know what yet. And I'm really bad at decisions. And coffee and skeletons. That's a cool thing to say. Thank you. The channel name, I'm going to drop the link one more time. And as this ends, the second it ends, I will go straight to the description box and add the link. And I'll add the link to one of the local news articles. I definitely want to hear Rich and the sister. I heard some today, like a few minutes of the sister. I did not hear any of Rich, but even hers, I'm like, hell, I played that clip. You guys heard it. She's like, Courtney told me if I tell, then it's going to come back on me and my daughter. So I think it's going to be a roller coaster. But all right, you guys have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.